Greetings gamers, I'm your Cyber Games mentor, reviewing various games that are available on your Android or other mobile device. We'll be looking at action games, strategy games, and everything in between. So sit back and relax and enjoy the review. Today we're playing on the Samsung Galaxy Tab S8 Plus. Now this tablet has a 12.4-inch Quad HD screen. The processor is a Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 with 8 gigabytes of RAM, 256 gigabytes of storage. The battery is a 10,900 milliamp hour battery, and it was released in 2022.
Hey gamers, today we're playing Real Racing 3 from EA. It's rated E for everyone and is a pure driving experience for mobile racing fans. Real Racing 3 is a premier simulation type racing game for mobile devices. Now, this is the third iteration of the Real Racing franchise, coming after 1 and 2. Each year, this is not a year-over-year sequel type. It has been a couple of years, but they've built on their success in the previous game. I will tell you up front, if you're looking for a more simulated driving experience for a mobile device, I would definitely tell you to consider Real Racing 3. So as we go through our review, we're going to find out how I came to that conclusion based on my opinion. So, first, the gameplay. Honestly, the gameplay is very good. In my opinion, of course, there is a large variety of races, and I like that. There's more than 130 plus races and in different race types. You can spend a lot of time playing this game just racing. And you can customize your cars, get new cars, get trophies, and things like that. So there's a lot of depth, in my opinion, in that regard. The graphics of this game, of Real Racing 3, are fairly polished. Am I blown away by the graphics? I'm not blown away, but I appreciate them. They're very competent. They're good. They're just not jaw-dropping awesome. There are some games that have come out recently that I think have better graphics as far as a racing game. I think they're better graphic representation out there. But Real Racing 3 is very competent from EA. As far as controls, I was able to use my controller. I am using an Xbox One controller, so not even the latest console, but the one before, and it worked great with Real Racing 3. I was able to select all my menus, change my car, the paint, the color, all that, upgrade parts and things like that. It was really working great. I had no complaints. I'm playing on a tablet, so I don't really like to use the touch controls. I'd rather use my controller, and it works out great. If you have another Bluetooth controller, I think you'll have a better experience than using the touch controls. But the touch controls were fairly good. No complaint. Now, this game skews to simulation. It's not arcadey at all. But I'll be honest, if you try to use the touchscreen to make all the fine-tuned racing controls, I had a little trouble with it. You may not, but I did. So that's why I'm using a controller. I would also recommend you leave some of the assist turned on. Because it's more simulation than arcade in its gameplay and the racing mechanics, it's less forgiving than arcade racing. It's just less forgiving. If you make a mistake, you're more likely to lose the race. You're more likely to spin out, or you're more likely to wreck your car and things like that. And I like that you need to service your vehicles and do maintenance and things like that so your car performance doesn't degrade. Of course, you have to pay in-game cash for that. Yes, you can get cash by playing the game. Yes, you can get more cash by spending real-world currency. So, yeah, but the car selection, oh my gosh, the car selection in this game is pretty significant. There's 400 cars or something like that available. Now, I didn't look at all 400 cars, and I'm but knowing that's available, and these are officially licensed cars, so you're gonna see cars you would recognize in real life. Of course, you can unlock them by winning races and having in-game currency, and of course by purchasing them with real money. But the cars, there's so many, such a variety. I think if you like more simulation types of racing and you're looking for a car, I think you'll find one that works best for you, one that you'll enjoy using in-game. I think you'll find one because there's so much variety. Now, the locations in the game, there's so many circuits based on real-life locations, and they all look very sharp, recognizable from their real-world counterparts. It looks good, it plays good. Now, like I said, it's so graphically, I think it's tight. I think it's on point. The controls, I think, are great using a controller. The multiplayer, you might run into some trouble. Unfortunately, I ran into some trouble, but maybe your experience is gonna be different because multiplayer, of course, is going to take into account latency and lag and a bunch of things that may not be within your control due to your internet connection and things like that. But if you like that, you're going to race against other people's times. That's not, the funnest way to do things. For my experience, I'm just giving you my opinion. I would rather race head to head. That's just not available. But yeah. It's available, but it's going to have limitations on your internet connection. So there are the two types of racing types, two types of multiplayer racing. You have the head-to-head type multiplayer, and you have the multiplayer where you race against times, or ghost racing. And both, it's not my favorite. I wouldn't rate that part of the experience very highly. But everything else, the sound of this game, I really enjoy the sound. The cars sound, they sound mechanical, they sound real. And I know this is a mobile game. It's not supposed to sound as good as it does, but it sounds really nice. I would highly recommend, depending on the device you're using, put in your headphones, either, wired headphones or wireless headphones with a gaming mode or a performance mode. I think you'll get a lot out of it. This game, after playing it for a while, going through some of the modes and things like that, I don't have a lot of negative things to say. Multiplayer was lackluster for me. I can't blame that on the game entirely. I think that has something to do with my connection. And I didn't like the other mode. I think that's my bias coming through. But as far as the gameplay, the sound, the graphics, all of that I think are top notch. All of that is great. I think if you're looking for an arcade type game, I don't think you're going to find that here. If you're looking for something arcadey, no, I don't think this is the right game for that. And if you're looking for a super simulation, that's not this either. It's simulation light or medium simulation. There's some realism, but there's some things, of course, that aren't real. I think everyone can enjoy this. I'm going to give this game an 8 out of 10. Download it, give it a try, see how you like it. I think you'll like it. I enjoyed it, but you have to give yourself a chance. Give it a chance. Give it a chance is my recommendation. All right. Thanks for listening. Have a great day. Thank you, gaming hobbyist and enthusiast, for watching this review. Please follow us on social media so you can see when we have reviews available. And also, if you'll be so kind as to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel, Cyber Games Mentor thanks you and appreciates you, and I hope you have a gamerific day.